Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ini and you're watching Parenting with Ini. This is where I get to share my parenting experiences. I also give the platform to other parents to share their experiences as well, okay? So you're very much welcome to this YouTube channel. If you've not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, you are um at the right place. And I promise you, if you do subscribe, you will definitely be happy you did, okay? So in today's video, guys, I want to talk about something that I feel it's really important to talk about, especially in the space of parenting, and it's about house helps. I know that has been in the space, in the social media space for some days now, because of what is currently happening. We've heard of different stories. We've heard of how a house help killed a baby, and all those kind of stories. And I know most of you are probably so scared right now about employing a house help, or you are living in fear if you have one. I'm here to talk about something that I feel will really help you, and this is how to take care of your house help and how to treat your house help that will make them even stay longer with you and be nice to you. So I hope this is something that will be interesting for you to watch. So if that will be the case, then keep watching. I'll be right back in a few seconds. So guys, welcome back. So I know someone will be like, Ini, you're talking about house help. Do you have house help yourself? No, I don't. If you are an OG in this particular channel, you probably know by now that I don't have a house help. I have really never had a house help. I'm saying really because I have had someone come help me clean one or two places in my house, so just help me with house chores and leave. Okay, but having someone whom I've employed to live with me, or even coming on a daily basis, I've never done that. I've never had that. I've never had the privilege of having that. Okay, yes, so I don't have a house help. I'm basically a stay-at-home stroke working mom. Basically what I mean is I babysit my baby myself, and at the same time I work from home. Okay, yes, so that is what it is about me. So, guys, but honestly, I'm gonna be telling you whatever I'm gonna be sharing with you about house helps from my own experience. Okay, I wouldn't say I am my own house help, but I think literally that is what it seems like, because whatever a house help does in someone's home is what I am basically doing in my home. If you're a parent and you have a house help to come and babysit your child for you, and probably helping you also with house chores, cooking, cleaning, washing, all of that, I am basically doing all that for my family. And I thank God for the grace so far. So I feel like I have an experience to be able to address or talk about this particular topic about house help, why it's important to treat your house help right, how to treat your house help right, that will help them to be able to even stay longer with you and even treat you well. Okay, the common mistake most people do when they are employing a house help is this. The first one you do is that you employ one person and you expect that person to babysit your child and at the same time handle house chores. This is a very common mistake, and some people actually do it without knowing. They do it out of ignorance, and that is why I want to do this video, so that you can understand what are some of these mistakes that people do when they're employing a house help. You honestly, let me tell you, realistically speaking, guys, it's not possible to have one person do this kind of thing alone. It's honestly draining. I do it for my family, and I can tell you for sure there's so many times where I get to break down. But do you know what keeps me going? These are my children. This is my house. This is my family. If I don't do it, who will do it except I employ someone? So if I'm not employing someone, then I have to do it. My babies will not come and do wash plates for me. They're too young to do that. Okay. My husband, I don't like expect him that he has to come and do it. But if he chooses to help, well and good. But if he chooses, he doesn't feel like doing that at the moment, I won't put a gun on his head and tell him, you have to wash plates, you have to clean. I have to do it as the woman of the house. I have to keep my home well. I have to manage. I'm the home manager, I'm the homemaker. I have to make sure my space is clean, and at the same time our children are doing well. But of course, I am not dismissing the fact that your spouse should help you. My spouse do help me once in a while, but of course you have to also remember that he goes to work. Okay, they go to work during the day, so during the day, who does the work? It's you. Okay, so honestly, guys, there's so many times where I get to break down. I break down literally, because the workload can be so much. So I am just imagining you bringing someone who is not even related to you by blood. This is a house help. They have come to your house, and you load them up with so much work. They're supposed to take care of your child, babysit your child or your children, and they're supposed to do house chores. As you go to work, you're expecting them to clean the house, to cook, to wash, to do laundry, and at the same time put an eye on your children. That is one mistake that you're doing, and it is not right, because it will either tell on the quality of work they do around your house or on your children. Okay, yeah. So what happens would be, one part will definitely be neglected. It could be that this house help is so good with children, and you find out that they are not so good with house chores. Okay, they're not so good, they don't give so much attention to house chores, but they focus more on your children. Or you will find out that your house is always very clean, things on point, food is cooked on time, but your child might be suffering. Your child might be suffering some abuse. Your child might be suffering the consequences. Okay, it is very hard for that one house help, to balance these two things, because those two things are a lot of work. Babysitting a child is not a child's play. It is a lot of work. It's a lot involved. It's not about just sitting down and looking at this child. It's a lot of work. It's very draining. That house help ends up doing so much work, even more than what you're doing in the office. Now you couple it down now with her doing house chores. She's supposed to clean, she's supposed to wash, she's supposed to cook, and all that. Honestly, it's draining. So I would honestly advise you, if you're employing a house help, please, please, I beg you, be specific on what this house help is coming to do. If you want someone to help you with babysitting your child or your children, let that house help be doing just that. Let that JD be very clear. You're coming here as a nanny to my child or to my children. Okay? Meaning you're not supposed to do housework. It's not part of your JD to do housework, to clean for me, to wash, and to do all those things. Just focus on my child. Let me go to work knowing that my child is safe. Let me go to work knowing that my child is well taken care of. Okay? You're giving my child full attention, while I am away. So my child is safe. Okay, so you have to make that clear. But if you want someone to come and help you with house chores, to come and help you with cleaning, with washing, with tidying your house, with cooking, and all those chores, then please also make it very clear and remove babysitting from the person's JD. In that way, that lady or that house help will focus all his or her attention on your house chores and not on the baby. And if you want a nanny, then be specific. The nanny will focus his or her attention on your child and not on the house chores. Okay, so that they don't feel overworked, they don't feel overwhelmed, and in response to that, they become abusive to your child. Because of course they cannot probably talk back at you, they will become abusive to your child. If they are good ones, they will definitely just walk away. So you discover you're always changing house helps many times. They cannot tell you why. It's because they are overworked, they are overwhelmed, they cannot manage those two things at the same time. So some of them will walk away, they will just leave, or they will find excuses and tell you why they need to go, and you will relieve them to go. While some will keep quiet because they need that money, they will keep staying in your house, and they will be abusing your child, they will be mistreating your child, they will be manhandling your child in a way that you won't like it. And until you discover or you catch them red-handed, you will probably never know, so that they can keep maintaining their job, but they are pouring out their frustration on your baby. On your baby. You are there at work thinking all is well, but the baby is suffering the consequences of you overworking your house help. So, at this point, parents, we have to honestly make a decision. Is it the health of our child, or is it about your job? If you're working and you need someone to babysit and also take care of your house, then try and employ two people, at least two people to do that work. Let one of them focus on your child and let one focus on house chores. But employing one person to do this thing, it's really draining. And when they get drained and get frustrated in the process, they will transfer that frustration on your child or they will walk away. That is why if you're someone who has never had a house help staying with you for so long, now you know the reason. They probably may never tell you, but they're feeling overworked. That's why they left. Okay? That's one of the major reasons I can tell you for sure why they left. Or your child is suffering. Your child is suffering, and they will make sure they time you. They know when you go to work and when you come back. That period, your child is suffering. But when you're almost coming back, they start becoming nice to your child so that you come and find your child looking like they're smiling. But that's a lie. That's a lie. So please, parents, this video is to just tell you, please be considerate when you're employing someone. Honestly, if someone was paying me for the kind of work I'm doing in my house, babysitting my children and doing house chores, the kind of work I do, if someone was paying me to do it for them, I would sit them down and tell them, please give me one of it to do. It's either your children or house chores. I can't do both. I honestly can't. It's too much work. But for me, I gladly do it because this is for my family. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it from the point of a house help somewhere, sitting in someone else's house and doing this work. Remember that they have also come from a family. Some of them are even married. Some of them, they have their children. So definitely they have their own family issues, which can also cause some frustrations to them. They have some family issues as well that they are handling. So they are here in your house, and all you do is give them so much work to babysit your babies. Your babies are demanding. I mean, not demanding. Babies are demanding. All babies need attention. So they are demanding. So this house help is supposed to give full attention to your child when you are not around. And at the same time, they're supposed to clean your house and keep things clean and wash clothes and cook. And some of us parents even go to the extra mile of scolding these people when we come and find that they have not done the work the way we wanted. You come, probably she has not cooked. You start scolding her. She comes, probably she didn't clean the house. You start scolding her. You start shouting at her and start making noise. So she lives so much in fear. So when it's almost time for you to come back, she's wondering, so which one do I do first? Because I don't want noise. I don't want someone to scold me. So I rather leave this child to be here crying and focus on house chores. So you see who suffers? Your baby. Your baby is suffering because the baby will be neglected, will be abandoned somewhere to be crying, and they don't care about the baby because they want to do house chores, because that is what you are interested in seeing. You want to come and see your house clean and food has been cooked. Okay? So let's learn to be considerate. Put yourself in that picture. Would you do all this work in one day? At times you even come and find your house help. It's probably just taking a nap. For you, that's a problem. You're not supposed to sleep at work. I get it. I mean, for you who is employed, you've gone out there to work. I get it. I mean, you're not expected to sleep at work. But remember, you have lunch break. You have lunch break, right? 1 to 2 p.m. You have lunch break. So if this house helper has decided to take a 1 hour break after all that work, she's tired, her back is hurting, and she's decided to just lay her head, and probably that's when you walk in, you find her napping, you get offended. If she chooses to say, okay, the baby is sleeping, I can also as well also just nap because I'm tired, I'm human. You get offended. So I don't know. I'm not here to attack parents, but I'm just here to talk to us parents. Please be considerate. Before you think of employing that house help, please be specific on where you need help. You need help with the babies or you need help with your house chores. Now, once that's the first step, once you're specific on where you really need help, now go ahead and employ that house help. And when that house help comes, please be specific on his or her JD. I've employed you because I need help so much with babysitting my children, or I need help so much with house chores. Okay? Now, do that for me and I will pay you this and this amount. If the house help decides to go an extra mile by herself or by himself to say, okay, you've employed me to do house chores, but I can still put an eye or two on your child. Or you've employed me to be a nanny, but I can still help you wash plates when the child is sleeping. That's well and good. If you then want this house help to do these two things at the same time, then please pay them well. That is now another mistake we do. You overworking this person and yet you're paying them so little. So they look at the payment, they look at the work, the load, how frustrated they are. Some of them walk away, or some of them will frustrate your child. So if you've employed this house help, you say, I want only you, but I'm going to pay you this amount of money. Let the money be encouraging. Let it be motivating enough that this house help will do this and say, at least I'm being paid well. Don't underpay the house help and yet you overwork your house help. That's a big mistake you're doing. It will either tell on your child or you will not stay with that house help for long. And if you have that a lot of money to be able to pay the house help a lot of money, why don't you then get two people to come in and help so that they can help each other? I know you may say, I don't have space to accommodate two house help. One can be a day back while the other one is a living. But at least they're helping each other because the workload can be a lot. One is taking care of the house, one is taking care of your children. In that way, everybody's happy, there's peace, and your house helps will be happy staying with you. But if you want them to do these two things at the same time, then please pay them well. Pay them well. Whatever you do, consider your children. When you are out there, remember, you cannot see what's happening in your house. No matter how much, I don't know, you cannot see what's really happening in your child. That child, once you've stepped out of that house, you're going to work. Basically, you're saying, my baby, my daughter, my son, you are in the hands and at the mercy of your house help, of the house help. That house help can do to your child anything they want. And it will be dependent on how you treat them when you're around. Okay? So please, whatever we do, let's consider these little ones that God has given us to take care of. Whatever you do, consider these children. Cheap is expensive. Okay? You might spend little money, you're paying your house help. Let's say, I don't want to mention any amounts. It doesn't look like I'm looking down on what someone can afford. You're paying your house help very little money because you're saving cost. But you don't know that it is costly on your baby. Please, parents, let's take this seriously. Be considerate of your child, whatever you choose to do. I'm not saying you should leave your job and come and sit at home and take care of the children, but I'm saying if you've decided to employ someone to do this work for you, be specific on what you want them to do. If you want them to take care of the children, let them do just that. If you want them to take care of your house, let them do just that. Find some another way on how to babysit your child. If you want them to do both, then please pay them very well and treat them well. Pay them well and treat them well. Don't pay them little and then you're treating them badly. You're scolding them even in front of your child. You're scolding them because they did a mistake, because you found them napping, because they did not clean the house by the time you came back. You don't know what that house help has gone through managing your home for you while you were away. Better still, employ two. Let the two of them come in and help each other. One can be doing house chores, one can be taking care of the babies. Then you pay them. You don't have to have both of them living in your house if you can't. You can have one being a day back while the other one stays in. Just see how to balance this. But at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is, remember, the safety of your child. Let me share with you, probably from a practical point of view, I don't have a house help. But of course, God gives me people who help me babysit my children when I really need to step out of the house. If I have to call someone to come into my house to help me babysit my child, for example, maybe our sister, I make sure that whatever they need is there. I make sure I've cooked the children's food and I've cooked food for them that they will eat. Whatever they need, is a snack in between meals, it's there. Whatever they need, they don't have to step out of the house to go buy anything or stress themselves to cook. I cook and make sure there's food in the house. There's water in the house. Okay? And I tell them, or I tell my sister, please, I just need help with my children. Just help me look at these children. Don't worry. If they scatter the house, don't worry. I'm used to it. When I come back, I'll clean. Don't stress yourself with the dishes. When I come back, I will wash them. Just handle the children for me. Just make sure they are fine. When they need to eat, their food is here. I can even serve the food and keep. All you need to do is just warm it and they eat. You're hungry, food is there. Please eat food. It's there in the kitchen. But please help me with my children. I'll be so happy. When I come back, whatever mess they do, I will handle them. At times I will come back and find the house dirty. I don't complain so long as the children are happy. I will come and arrange the house and do the dishes. I don't have a problem. But once in a while, I would even come back and she has even helped with the dishes. She has helped with cleaning. I'll be like, hey, which time did you have to do this? And you were helping with the children. It's like they slept, so I didn't have anything to do. I just said I can help. Like, thank you. I really appreciate. So, guys, please, let's take this thing seriously because it's really, really not fair on our children. Be nice to your house help. Treat them well. Pay them well. Don't overwork them. Split the job if you can get two nannies. And if you can't, be specific on their JD on what you read, where you really need help, so that they don't get stressed in the process. I hope this video has helped someone. I know it sounds long, but I really needed to address this. I hope it has helped someone. Let's stop making some of these mistakes because it will really help us to either keep our house help staying with us for long or protect our children when we are out and we've left our children in the hands of these house helps. Okay, so guys, I wish you all the best. If you're planning to employ a house help, please put this into consideration. It will really help. If you have one, you can still make some amends and make things work out for you. Thank you. I hope this video has helped you. If it has, just leave a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section. And if you're not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe. I pray that we will make our home a happy space for us, for our children, and even for those who are helping us. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay positive always, and bye.